Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Design for Change 2022. We are very excited to see another run and for this program, Design for Change. And of course, this is the STEM prototype competition. So we are going to continue, and of course the session is recorded, and we are going to invite the competitors to turn on their video when they need to answer to the judges, and then we have a short Q&A after each video, and the winner is going to be announced at about 5:55, and we are going to have a screenshot of these events, and that is going to be the memory. All right. So in the beginning, I would like to go with the acknowledgement of country. On behalf of those present, I acknowledge the traditional owner of the land on which we now meet. I pay my respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging. I also pay my respect to all Aboriginal and traditional owner of the land here in Australia and Malaysia, and hope that the path towards reconciliation continues to be shared and embraced. So I guess everyone, for those who don't know about the Design for Change, they are here to be ready maybe to participate in the next year competition. This is one of the competition under the Shaping STEM Futures. So we are aiming to develop Swinburne's, helping and support the Swinburne students to develop their communication, technical skills and digital skills in a very multidisciplinary collaborative approach where they can play, risk and act as an entrepreneurs. And we would like this program aims to foster the building of digital literacy that will empower students with the skills that they need for their future career. And they can inspire the community and contribute to the industry vision. So our judging panel for this Design for Change started in 2021. So we always have Claire. I hope that she is with us. Otherwise, we are going to have her comment in the online score. And Cheryl is with us from the Insurance Australia group. And we have Elliot Henkel, who is our industrial designer from Design Factory Melbourne, which is located at Swinburne. So the Design for Change is our initiative, and I'm working with my colleague Castellan from Computing Science and Elliot. And again, our collaborators are from Adobe team, Employability team, my colleague in Sarawak, and welcome to Irene. I see you are in the audience. So, and of course, the Helene from from our industry partner. So they are very valuable to us. And without their help, we cannot do this. So the Design for Change, of course, we would like to support our industry partner and our community organization partners, and we would like to support their visions, which is about making the world a safer place to live or inspiring the women and girls into the STEM. Of course, that is also aligned with our vision, which is let's make the world a better place to live. So we usually have a series of workshops with the purpose of providing the training, the required training for everyone, any students at Swinburne here in Australia and Sarawak, to participate with a passion in STEM. So Adobe XD, Adobe Rush startup pitch presentation, it's already covered. The recording is available in Swin Employee page. Employability team working with us. And of course, today, this is the live showcase where we have 3 finalists with the inspiring video of their STEM design, which is a design solution to a challenge, which they are going to explain. So the judges choice is going to achieve $400. We are going to have a feedback from our industry partner, and we are going to have a certificate of participation for everyone. What you have done, and this is the amount of time which you spend beyond the unit and the assessment, is going to be recognized. And this is going to be part of the Emerging Leaders Program. Fiona is going to be with us when the judges are going to make a decision to tell you about Emerging Leaders Program. If you don't know, story of success for the winner is going to be published in Swinburne newsletter. So beyond the unit and assessment, we would like to acknowledge those talented students who contribute in this kind of activity. So I guess the judges and the participants, they all know about the criteria that the judges are going to consider for today's 4-minute video. And I'm not going to explain all of the details. You're all aware of this criteria. And as I said, the workshop 1, workshop 2, and the workshop 3, they're all recorded, and their information is available for anyone who is interested to watch. And of course, employability team, and this is about supporting students to be ready for their future job. So of course you need the evidence of your contribution, the campus contribution, communication skills, teamwork, leadership. Please contact us. We have professional training, and this is one of them, which you already did a great job. Nothing is going to be ahead unless we have a list of the talented students in this busy schedule who decided to join us. I cannot find a word to say how grateful I am, and our team, it's really excited about your story and your design prototype solution. So I'm going to stop sharing, and I would like to invite the first team. So we have 3 finalists. We are going to hear about the safer trucking logistic in Australia. We are going to hear about AI implant dentistry, and we are going to hear about LIDA, which is an automated in-vessel composting system. So there are great initiatives, and we are going to hear. So I'm going to stop now. I would like to invite I guess we go with the first team. I think in the scoring, the online scoring that I've shared with the judges from memory, Cheryl, could you please, I guess that is a good actually introduction. If you want Cheryl to introduce yourself, maybe 1-minute pitch.
I can certainly do that once I press the unmute button. That's a good idea. So hello, everyone. I'm from IAG. And I've worked for IAG, who's got a bunch of insurance brands that you would have heard of, like NRMA and RACV and several others. I've worked for IAG as a solution architect in cloud and infrastructure for 3 years now, and before that I was in some very large global outsourcers working in infrastructure engineering there. So look, I'm really glad to be with you today. If you want to, you can find me on LinkedIn, Cheryl Savage under IAG, and so I'm really grateful for the opportunity to talk to you today.
Thank you, Cheryl. And now I have you on board. I'm not sure if Elliot, you have access to the audio video. You want to introduce yourself as our judging panel.
Hey everyone, I'm Elliot Henkel. I'm working alongside the Design Factory and the Proto Lab at Swinburne at the moment. So it's been a crazy semester with everyone back on campus, and yeah, I'm excited to see your results tonight.
Thank you, Elliot. So now I would like to ask Cheryl to invite the first finalist. Maybe you want to go from your online scoring. and I let you to invite the one member of the first finalist team.
Okay, I think is the first finalist team the AI implant dentistry team, I believe. Okay, so is
So
it Q or
who's
like-
going to be nominated? Who is nominated to share the video? If you're ready, please start
You
sharing.
guys can here, I'll share the screen.
Janaka will be sharing.
We just need to make sure the audio is adjusted. Everyone can hear. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nikita. Today I will be presenting our innovative dental implant detection system. Let me introduce you to the team. PV is our project facilitator and myself Nikita and my team members Ki, Hong and Chanaka are final year Master of Data Science students. We envisioned using STEM technology to provide feasible solutions to real-life medical problems, which is cost-effective, innovative, and makes an impact on society. So, have you had a dental implant? And do you have an implant passport with you? As a dentist, have you ever wondered what is this implant? So, let me explain. There were 509,600 overseas migrant arrivals from year 2019 to 2020, of which 22% of them were on student visa, and 4.1% were PR holders, and 13,000 special eligibility and humanitarian visa holders. Often these temporary migrants do not have the medical records with them. Similarly, around 15,000 Australians travel overseas to get implants. A dental implant needs a variety of maintenance appointments for the following months and years, and doctors need to identify the dental implant correctly by looking at the implant x-rays. This is why we created our automated implant classification system. Our implant system uses a novel deep learning AI algorithm named TVG15 VGG16 gap mask R CNN. We used an end-to-end high-level design for end users who can utilize the application with some simple steps as follows. Users can upload the files. Users can trigger the prediction via calling APIs by choosing models in the parameter list. The system does save the prediction results, which includes prediction labels and accuracies, and returns to the front end to display for users. This system will benefit dental practice in many ways. This is a quick solution for patients without medical history. No need for multiple consultations to identify the implant, and an AI-based solution built with multiple deep learning models with excellent accuracy. We used 3 types of dental implants in DataCite, such as Strawman, Bicon, and Bego. Each image file was parsed to several data augmentations to increase the training data and reduce overfitting. Novel TVGG15 is a modification of VGG16 architecture deep learning CNN model with 13 convolution layers, 2 dense layers, and 1 global pooling layer. Results show that TVGG15 has overall model accuracy of 79% and 78% for VGG gap. As shown in this table, model TVGG15 and VGG16 gap has given 70 and 66% precision respectively for BICO. Likewise for Beacon, precision is 96% and 98% respectively, and for Strawman it is 80 and 78% respectively. TVGG15 model training time reduced by 4.3% to VGG16, which helps to deploy current client-server internet environment to get fast results. We are going to demonstrate how to detect implant type. The dentist will upload the X-ray image using the select button and click on the dental implant area. It will create a boundary box around the implant and you simply press classify button. It will classify the implant. Results are shown for all 3 models. Let us look at the instant where we classify multiple implants. As before, we upload images and press classify. Dentist sees what each model is predicting and can also select the model from above to predict results. After classification, we can save results as an existing patient or a new patient, and also if the dentist feels that predictions are not correct, can manually select the type. Helps save time and allow doctors to focus on treatment, and it reduces number of appointments for patients. It is cost effective for both patients and doctors. It also helps migrants with lost or no dental records. As part of the future work, we plan to implement reinforcement learning AI model and to improve the model accuracy and to create an inbuilt patient record system with a search engine with multiple implant type details, and to also create a system that can take input of DICOM X-ray file directly into the system. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. I guess now I would like to invite the competitors, the first finalists, to turn on their video and audio and be ready because we are going to ask our judges. Today, Elliot and Cheryl are here and I'm going to take the time because we are able to have up to 4 to 5 minutes. So Cheryl or Elliot, who is going to start? It can be just a comment.
Yeah, I guess my first comment is what a wonderful idea. Something that you know, I wouldn't have realized was a need until you actually explained it. So I thought that was really interesting to me. I guess as not being a data scientist, I wasn't immediately understanding why I cared about the different kind of BIGO, BCon, Strawman types of modelling. But I guess when I did a bit of research, I realised there were different kinds of dental implant modelling kinds of things. So I certainly learned something. So that was very interesting. I guess I also really liked at the, you know, how you said what your next steps were going to be. I guess I'm curious to know with the next steps around the database with records in there. Was there any kind of consideration around what that looks like in terms of privacy of medical records and what kind of challenges you think you might have there?
So the biggest challenging for storing images is gonna be, you know, like how to manage the architects of the server, because, you know, so basically the DCOM, the output from an X-ray machine is a particular sort of image that is really heavy, and it's because it needs to have a lot of information in it. So basically, the next step that we really have to consider is how to basically store those sort of image and then convert it into some sort of the like some sort of smaller type, so we can process it, but still guarantee the precision of the system. So that's going to be the future of the you know, of our system. And in terms of security, we thought about it, but we didn't really like the you know, think about it really through. So it's not really something that we really, you know, think to. So thank you very much for that information, for that question. Actually, it's really another concern for us. Yeah.
Well, it was a next step, right? But I'm just, we come across in, you know, in the industry a lot now when you're talking about customer data and privacy and those kinds of things. You know, there's quite a few considerations around that.
Yeah, but also, because we are considering using the cloud system, so the infrastructure of the security for now to save a time of developing and something, and then more work to do. So we just rely heavily on the cloud system. So they support the security heavily, and then, you know, in the future, if we need to have some sort of like the private database or something like that, we would consider another step.
Sure. And it's more about customers actually complying to say, I know that you are storing my data and I give you permission to do that. So it's kind of more around that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a right concern, yeah, I would say.
Now, considering the time, I'm wondering if Elliot can manage in 1 minute to ask a question and we answer the question.
My first question was probably going to be around security. I know in Australia there was a lot of discussions over when the medical records tried to go digital. So it is an issue that people feel quite strongly about. And it would be good to see maybe even like a storyboard of how the users and the practitioners will use that in the system. And as Cheryl said, it was a bit of a bombardment of information for people who aren't as knowledgeable on sort of computer sciences and dentistry. So maybe introducing some of those terms in a bit simpler way would really help us understand those better. But yeah, I did understand it by the end as well, of sort of which implants were which and stuff like that. So great job, guys.
Thank you.
You're on mute, Peter.
Thank you so much, the judges. That is a very, very useful and important comment. So I guess this is the pitch for the investors. So if we don't sell the idea to the investors, then they might struggle, you know, providing the funding to you. So, but good job, great topic. And thank you so much. So I guess we are going to ask Cheryl to invite the second finalist and the one member of that.
There we go. So the clocks folks, I think, are the next ones. Clocks A with the trucking and logistics.
Safer trucking logistic in Australia.
Easy.
Yeah. Oh, hi.
Tristan, you want to go?
Yeah, I'll go. That's fine. So my name is Tristan Sly. I'm a third year computer science student, doing computer science, and I'm here with one of my colleagues, James Vervos.
How you doing, guys?
Yeah. And do you want me to share my screen? I can share the video.
Yes.
Yep, that's
we
fine.
just want you at this stage to share your video. Then we ask you.
Right, there you go. Can you see me? Yeah, that's fine. All right.
Yeah.
So I'll just share my screen. Can you guys see that? It's a black screen at the moment. There you go. Is that all good?
Perfect.
Perfect.
All
All right.
Oh, it's got no audio.
We don't have an audio.
Oh, audio. Whoops.
And
sorry.
Sam, I know that you have a solution for that. Could you please advise?
Yeah, so when you go to share your screen, there's a little tick box that says also share audio, and just make sure you've got that ticked as well.
There you go. Thank you. Yeah, sorry about
All
that.
good.
Pretty new to Zoom, so.
Perfect.
How about this? Hi there. We're the team working on the trucking logistics project for Clocks A. Have you seen this on the news lately? Well, how about this? Well, our client, Clocks A, aims to prevent accidents like these from happening on our roads. There is nearly $200 billion worth of major infrastructure projects to be built over the next decade on the east coast of Australia, mostly in major cities. All of these projects rely upon trucking logistics to successfully deliver to site. A key risk for these projects is the safe movement of trucks through urban centres when taking into account other road users. Currently, supply chain logistics is very much paper-based, where it's hard to keep track of important documents for every construction project, such as driver's licenses, vehicle inspections, and more. The core problem being that many drivers simply use apps such as Google Maps as a way to navigate to their destinations. The problem here is what happens if the app takes them to a bridge or a road which is not suitable for a truck. Our project aims to solve this problem, allowing route planners to enter in a custom route that drivers can navigate to on their mobile devices, whilst tracking and ensuring drivers do not deviate from the supplied routes unless there is a good reason to do so. In the first few weeks of development, we worked with Clocks A to establish what their vision was for the application and created some designs which are being utilised for further development. The project consists of a full stack application with 3 different interfaces. Firstly, the Fleet Manager interface. This is a web application which allows the user to create custom routes and send them directly to the appropriate driver for navigation. The application will also allow the Logistics Manager to track the locations of trucks in their fleet via GPS, upload key documents such as licenses, and manage their sites, drivers, and routes all within the app. The Driver app allows drivers to sign into a truck via a QR code and provides turn-by-turn navigation directions to the site based on the custom route the Logistics Manager created in the web app. The application empowers drivers to report any issues or concerns they may have, whether that's in regards to the safety of the truck, themselves, or the route set by the Logistics Manager. Lastly, the Site Manager interface. This will handle trucks entering onto individual sites where they can scan a driver's QR code and either approve or reject a vehicle onto site. We utilized React.js for the front-end development of the web application, and for development of the mobile apps, we opted for React Native to allow for location tracking, custom routing, and turn-by-turn navigation within our project. We also opted to use Mapbox Map API and Navigation SDK. The backend architecture will be built using AWS Amplify to manage backend logic securely within our applications. We're all excited to contribute to a project that has the potential to improve road safety for all users on Australian roads in partnership with the ClockSA team.
Yeah,
there.
There you go. So
Perfect. All right, so now we are open to the Q&A and the judges.
Stuff. I think I better let Elliot go first this time so he gets a turn. You go.
Nice job. It was really nicely presented. A few questions I had, and this is probably going to be my ignorance again. Is there many systems that you can borrow off or use their infrastructure to tell you heights of bridges and stuff like that? I think I might have missed that somewhere in there. But for instance, like the Montague Street Bridge, is there a system that exists already to tell you things like that?
Yeah, so, oh, did you want to go, Tristan?
No, you can go. I was going to ask if you wanted to do.
Yeah, easy. So essentially, bridges like Montague Bridge, and there's a few other main ones that are based in, especially Melbourne or Victoria. Companies that actually work with supplying the logistics of trucks and where they're going actually present and have like a manual of locations like this, and they can enter that into the application. And we can use like a collision or object avoidance detection method to prevent them going through those routes or creating those routes.
Cool. And would there be a possibility, I know Japan and Germany have it in certain places where they can speed limit cars based on GPS locations. Would there be a way to integrate that with controlling sort of the ECU of a truck or something like that as well?
Yeah, potentially there could be, but for this prototype, I wouldn't think so, because that would mean using the hardware and the truck hardware as well might be a little bit out of scope for this, but there's potential to do that down the line for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, no, it was very well thought out, and I think it would be amazing. I live in Kensington, and there's a bridge in Kensington that gets crashed into almost every fortnight. So, yeah,
it's a big problem. It costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
The one in Kensington doesn't have those things hanging from the bridge before, though, which the Montague Street Bridge still has, and I don't know how people still crash into it.
It's crazy. It is really crazy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Elliot. And Cheryl?
I'll echo Elliot's points, but I guess, yeah, I really saw your clear use case and your clear problem statement, and also your product architecture and your interfaces into that. That was all really clearly and well thought out. So I thought that was a really great job. And yeah, well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now we are going to the last finalist. And again, I invite Cheryl to invite one member of
the leader team, please, on the in-vessel composting system.
Yeah, I'll share my screen now.
Thank you, Nick.
Can you guys see that?
Yes.
My name is Alex,
And
and I was
audio.
one of the hardware developers.
My name is Jackson Simmons, and I was also one of the hardware developers on the project.
I'm Chung Duan, and I'm the BIM developer for this project.
Hi, I'm Ben CK, and I'm a front-end developer.
Hi, I'm Nick French. I'm a front-end developer, and we're part of Leader, an innovative way to make composting easy and accessible to households or businesses with little to no gardening experience. In Australia, nearly 7.6 million tonnes of food is wasted per year. That amounts to approximately 312 kilos per person on average. 80% of this waste is sent to landfill, creating 3% of our total emissions. That's equivalent to nearly 13 million tonnes of carbon dioxide annually, or as much as Australia's highest emitting coal-fired power station. When organic waste is left to decompose in landfill, it doesn't get the proper aeration it needs, producing methane and carbon dioxide gases. If more households composted, we would drastically reduce the waste going to landfill. But there's a catch. Typical household composting takes months to complete, often resulting in more food waste being produced than can be composted. Our client found that by optimizing the carbon to nitrogen levels of the input and using a closed in-vessel system, this total composting cycle can be reduced to just 60 days. This is where LEADER comes in, an in-vessel composting system fully automated by IoT, producing a carefree, high-quality composting solution for households. LEADER creates a controlled environment for the food processing microorganisms to thrive in. It achieves this through the automated rotation of each chamber, aeration of compost, and proper heat insulation. By expanding on the previous work of last year's students, we've been able to take our client vision even further. We've improved on the existing Arduino Raspberry Pi IoT solution with more sensors and controllers, allowing us to collect more data about oxygen, carbon dioxide, methane, temperature, and moisture levels of each in-vessel compartment, while also providing the system more micromanagement control by the use of air pumps and motorized paddles. Information collected throughout the composting lifecycle is uploaded to the cloud, allowing consumers to view details about the process anywhere in the world. This information is displayed on the LEADER mobile app, providing real-time sensor readouts, graphs of current and previous composting life cycles, and system logs when compost is mixed or aerated, giving customers a peace of mind that their composting system is working, while also providing some educational insight into what's going on. The mobile application is built using React Native, suitable for Android or iOS, making it easily accessible to everyone no matter what type of device they use. With LEADER, we believe we can provide households with a carefree composting system without the tedious maintenance or knowledge required for typical home composting, allowing Australia to start reducing its overall household waste and get us on track for a greener future. Cool.
Thank you so much. And now we are open again to the judges.
Great stuff. I'll go first, will I, Elliot? Sorry, real quick. Good stuff. I like how we've got hardware developers and we've got front-end developers in this. That was pretty cool, bringing the team together to create something real. And we could see it demoed and those kind of things. It's got a really clear, obviously, link back to those real purposeful things that we're trying to solve here in terms of, making the world better and those kinds of things. I guess, and I really liked, how you showed how the technology works in terms of IoT pretty clearly. What I'm curious about is, have you thought about how you kind of make this proposition viable from kind of or attractive from a cost perspective for kind of businesses and households? It's kind of really clear what the climate benefits are and why people would want to do it, but there might need to be a bit of a niche around how that works for both businesses and, because I think at the beginning you said businesses as well as homes. So I'm curious to know what your thoughts are around that.
Yeah, so I think our client's vision is to kind of package it up as kind of an app, and then obviously the hardware and the actual prototype, and then give that to a customer, either that's home or businesses or something could use it. And then they kind of just, I guess, connect it to the internet, it's the only requirement, and then their phone would connect up through the cloud somehow. So it's going to be kind of all packaged inside the prototype. In terms of like ongoing costs and stuff, we yet to work that out. But yeah.
Got you. But kind of like an appliance, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. That you package up and okay. Very good. And the only other thing I'd say is I got a little bit confused when I saw lots of plastic bottles in the pictures when it was about composting, but it was all about the whole let's do the right thing about recycling. So that was still all cool.
Thank you.
Elliot?
Thank you, Sherry. Thank you. Elliot?
Hey, great job. It was very well presented. I liked same as Cheryl, the hardware was in there, the app was in there, and you demonstrated the use of it a bit, so it really gave it a lot of context. And I think it's all in all, it's a great thing that would be, if it were to become real, it would be a really great thing for people to understand a bit more about it, and also just sort of cut out that huge amount of waste that we have in the going into landfill. I know I grew up composting my whole life, and it is a lot of work, and there's a lot of things that you need to know about it as well. So yeah, I really resonate with that. So yeah, great job.
Thank you.
So are you planning, if this comes to be commercial, are you going to purchase the Leader with automated, universal composter, Elliot?
It would be a lot more convenient because yeah, it stinks. It's not fun to work with. So I understand why a lot of people don't do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, making that process a lot smoother will probably encourage a lot more people to do it.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so now with this last session for the Q&A, I think this brings us to where I need to act. And please be patient, because this is the first time I'm going to make the breakout rooms using Teams. So I'm going to invite Elliot and Cheryl to stay in breakout rooms. I've allocated 15 minutes, but I know if you can make a decision, let's say in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, please join us. You can join automatically. At least I try to, I just need to assign. And then meanwhile, we are going to have Elliot and Cheryl in the breakout rooms. In the main room, we are going to have a presentation, a short presentation. I'm just looking to see if I can. We are going to have a presentation. Fiona is going to present. Can you tell me if you see? Did you?
Yeah, we've been invited. We'll join there now.
All right, good. I'm successful. All right, now. Elliot, you're here still. Oh, good. So now I think we are going to, meanwhile, Elliot and Cheryl are going to decide who is the winner of the Design for Change 2022. Again, I want to say a thank you to all of the finalists. You're all the winner to me. I guess the amount of time and efforts you put, and this time you coming to the live showcase, that is, you're all champion. And of course, just with the purpose of this competition, we have one winner, but please, you're great. So Fiona, could you please update us with the Emerging Leaders Program, what it is, and these finalists, they all can apply for it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Beta. And I want to say that I really enjoyed watching those presentations. They were very professionally done, so congratulations. So I don't know how much you know about the Emerging Leader. This has just asked me to talk for 5, maybe 10 minutes. I'll try and keep it fairly brief. This is an optional program that you can enroll in Swinburne, and I strongly encourage you to do it, particularly based on the quality of what I've just seen. So Emerging Leader is a program that gives you recognition for a diverse range of experiences you're probably already involved in. And it gives you an opportunity to document the activities. And what you actually do was you'll get actual formal recognition. So you'll receive digital certificates. And really importantly, when you complete the Emerging Leader program, which is made up of 4 certificates, it's actually shown on your academic transcript. And research has shown that when you go for job interviews, employers actually look at and ask students questions about what is the Emerging Leader program. So let's just go through and have a quick look. So what does an Emerging Leader mean? So it means it's helping you to have a better understanding of what it is, not only that you want from your career, but about your purpose in life. It can help develop your self-belief, your motivation, and it's about helping you to build resilience by embracing challenges, and that can also help to give you confidence. So anyone can apply. So all currently enrolled students can apply to be involved in the Emerging Leader program. You do need to be aware of that if this is your, if you've got your last semester coming up, you need to have applied for all certificates and finished your program before you actually graduate. So what is the Emerging Leader Program? So there are 4 leadership categories or certificates, and there you have to display 6 skills. So there are 8 different types of leadership categories or certificates. Only one of them is mandatory, that's career development, and then the other 3 that you can choose. So I'm going to talk very briefly tonight how what you've been involved in with your competition can go towards a campus participation. For those of you who might have done an internship or a part-time job, could apply for industry experience, or even one of the ones we just saw there may even be involved in the sustainability, if you're involved in a sustainability club at university or in some sort of sustainability activities. And then as well as having 4 leadership certificates, you actually need to demonstrate 6 skills, and there are 10 skills there, and you choose which of those you want to have a look at. We'll just go through them very quickly. So these are the different categories. There's a little bit of information about each of the categories or the certificates. So career development is mandatory. If you are, and we'll have a look at this in a moment, there's one of the units that you do within one of the science units where you can actually, by successfully completing that unit, you'll actually be eligible to receive this certificate, which then leaves you with 3 more. So there's usually 40 or 50 hours involved in completing these. So let's just have a look at an example of how you might plan for an emerging leader. So for those of you who will either be doing or have done the Communication for Scientists, this actually, by successfully completing this, and I think it's assessment tasks 2 and 3 from memory, or 3 and 4, you won't need to actually apply because your unit coordinator, Visa, will actually send me a list of all the students who passed. That'll be uploaded automatically to the Emerging Leader Program. So you'll probably get an email that says, hey, if you haven't already, please apply. And then there's 1 certificate done. So this is just an example. You can choose any 4 categories or 4 certificates that you want to do. I've just shown an example here of someone who might have chosen, we have to do career development. Then you've got an industry experience. As I said, whether it's a part-time job, it's an internship, it's something that's involved in a work, you'll provide some evidence of a pay slip perhaps, and then you might choose an ability, a particular skill like ability to tackle unfamiliar problems. You'll write what's called a star reflection, which is usually 200 to 300 words on each skill that you're doing, and then you submit that. We've got sustainability, for example, and then the campus participation. So you may have taken part in any competition like tonight, or the Start Talking competition, something where it's involved a lot of work that it also aims to help other Swinburne students, as well as benefiting Swinburne. As evidence, we have what's called an activity declaration form that can be signed by your supervisor. You'd identify your skills. So I think one of the things that I wanted to let you know is that some of the things that you're already perhaps doing on campus or volunteering in the community, or if you're a member of your local sports club association, not just a member, but you're a committee member, or you're volunteering to help someone develop a website, these are things that you can use towards your Emerging Leader Program. Sorry, I should have shown you those. All right, so what's the process? So you actually register, and I'll show you the link at the end. You decide which 4 certificates you're going to complete. You add your activities. So there's a whole range on the Emerging Leader website as to some examples of activities you can do. You'll add it with the evidence to the Emerging Leader portal. So just a note, the activities have to have been undertaken while you're at a Swinburne student and within the past 2 years. You can only count an activity once. So if you're, say, for example, using competition and you're applying for the campus participation, you couldn't then use it for something else. You'll write a star, what's called a star skill reflection, and then you'll upload it to the Emerging Leader portal. You will need to be careful that there is a deadline, at least a few weeks before you're due to finish your course. So main benefits, well, there's several benefits. One is it really enhances your employability. So employers want to know more about you than just what you've studied at university. So these certificates that you'll receive, you'll get digital certificates. You can actually add them to LinkedIn. They will actually go on you'll get an acknowledgement on your academic transcript. And really importantly, they help prepare you for your job applications and interviews, because most interviews today have behavioural questions like, tell me a time when you worked, or tell us a time when you had difficulty working in a team. And by doing the STAR reflections, these actually help prepare you. They give you good responses that you can use in an interview. So it actually does provide you with a point of difference. So research that we took a few years ago showed that emerging leaders are more likely to be employed after graduation, 92%, as opposed to 81% in our control group. Emerging leaders, by doing a range of activities, tend to become more confident because they're putting themselves in different situations so they can develop leadership skills, and employers really value the experience of being an emerging leader very positively. And almost or over 43% of emerging leaders were directly asked about their program on their resume and transcript. And I actually had one of my old students who was letting me know that she actually got the job because her employer really valued what she'd done. And obviously she had a range of wonderful skills, but the deciding factor, she told me, because the employer told her afterwards, was the fact that she had this additional program that she'd been involved in. So if you're interested in finding out about more, you can either take a screenshot and send me an email. That particular link will take you straight through to the Emerging Leader portal. Look, based on what I've seen tonight, I would love to see you sign up for the Emerging Leader program, because I think it will really round out what you're doing, and you'll have that formal acknowledgement on your transcript and really help you as a person. So hopefully, Beta, I've made it within the time frame.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Fiona. All in on time. So, so we promised that at 5:55 we are going to announce the winner. So now we have Cheryl and Elliot. So I guess I would like, if you have any general feedback for the three teams and some advice, and then we are going to have the announcement for the winner of the Design for Change 2022, and then we are all going, hopefully, to turn on our video for a few seconds. I can take a screenshot, and then that is the end of the event.
Thanks, Peter. I guess we talked through. We had a bunch of our questions during the sessions before. I'd just like to say I think they were all awesome. I was really honoured to be out and a bit excited to see what you young brains are doing and what we've got to look forward to. So I think you've all done an excellent job, and it was a really hard decision to actually pick out of the three of you.
I reiterate Cheryl's comments. All three teams did a really good job. The composting system was really well thought out. It had a lot of information in there that was easy to understand. The trucking system, it was, again, really easy to understand, and something that I can really see making a lot of change and helping something that's quite annoying at times. And the dentistry was something that I hadn't ever thought of, but obviously it is quite a big problem. So well done on all of those projects. But all that aside, I would like to congratulate Nicholas, Alexander, Trung, Ben and Jackson with their leader composting system for winning this year's competition.
Thank you.
Well done. So thank you so much, the judging panel. Again, congratulations to all of the finalists. To us, you're all the winner. And I really appreciate if now I know that we are about to finish, if you can kindly, if it's possible, you're in an environment that you can turn on your video for a few seconds, and I'm going to wait for everyone to turn on the video. Then we can have a screenshot as a memory of the Design for Change 2022. So I'm just waiting for the rest of the students, so the competitors. So the story of success for the team who work with the LIDA as a design solution. So it's going to be considered. I'm going to be in contact with you. What is the certificate of participation is going to be handed to all of you. And yeah, well done. So I promise that doesn't take time. So, okay, 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay, I think I'm going to test it. If I happy with the quality, so then that is going to be the end of our session. So I think all good. Thank you so much. So now we are at the end of the meeting. So I would like to again appreciate our industry partner, Shireel, on behalf of the Insurance Australia Group, Elliot on behalf of the factory design and our industry partner as well. And of course, I would like to also appreciate Caslin and Elliot as my collaborator, and Irene from Sarawak, and Dana introducing all of this project promoting in the class. So very well done. So looking forward to have more students in 2023. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you. Thank you.